a number or sound. Look at the picture and say the number or sound out loud. Use a scissors to cut on the dotted line. Look at the picture. Use these symbols for the lesson of the day, which will be allocated at the top right side of each page. For example, Lesson 1, Prepositions and Directions. Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa, and I have my friend here today. Let us say hi to everyone at home. Our theme this week is My School, and our first lesson is Prepositions and Directions. But before we begin, let's sanitize our hands, everyone. We open up our bottle, take a little squirt, spray, well done, inside, in between, round and round, well done, and just over. Good job. And remember, you must keep your social distancing. So let's check if we are far enough from each other. Good job. Now we can begin. Let us now turn the page for our first exercise. Turn your page. Here, the page is saying, color the children holding the block in front of them. So we are going to stand up. Stand up. Okay. And you are going to get anything you want, a box, a pencil, anything you can put in front of you. So we're going to start by putting the box in front of us. Well done. And place the box behind you. Okay. And in front of us. Very good. And behind you. Well done. So this exercise will help you color that page. We are now going to show you how to remember your left hand. So put your item down, face the wall. Yes. And I want you to lift up this hand. Very good. You are going to use anything you can tie on this hand. Up. Yes. I hope you're also following at home. Now this hand becomes your left hand. Let's do the left hand wave. Well done. So I'd like you now to sit down and turn your page to the next exercise. You are now going to use, that's the correct page? Yes. You are now going to use your left hand. Wave your left hand again. Very good. And you're going to trace your left hand. I am going to do it on the board, and my friend is also going to do it on his paper. You should also do it on your paper. You are going to start with your thumb. So you place your left hand down on your paper, and you will start from your thumb. Are we ready? Let's go. We go round and down, deep into the corners. Make sure your fingers are spaced out. Round and down. Up and round. Deep into the corners. Up and round. Deep. Up and round. And that is your left hand. Well done! That looks very nice. And I'm sure yours at home looks very nice as well. Now we're going to do our right hand. So let us wave our right hand. Well done. And just like the left hand, we are going to start with our thumb. I'm going to take a different color chalk, and I want you to place your right hand on your paper. And you're going to start from your thumb. And let's go. Round and down, deep into the corners. Don't forget to space out your fingers. Down, deep into the corners, up, round, deep into the corners. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Teacher is also not perfect as well. Round and down. And this becomes our right hand. Now that we have traced our left hand and our right hand, let's do something a little bit different. Please turn your page to the next exercise. On this page, we are going to identify different items on the left and the right. I want you to please identify the item on the left of the ice cream. Very good. I hope you're following at home as well. Now, I want you to identify the item on the right of the grapes. Grapes, yummy. Well done. And now, I'd like you to identify the item on the right of the soccer ball. Yes, well done. Good job. If you did this at home and you got everything correct, well done as well. Let's try and do our directions with a different exercise. Please turn your page. On your page, you have a boy and a girl standing on lines. I would like you to trace starting from the left to the right of these lines. So you begin from the left side and you move across to the right. Don't worry if it is not a straight line. You can also try on the other side where the girl is standing. You start from the dot and you move from the left going to the right. The rest you can do by yourselves at home. Thank you so much, everybody. This is the end of our lesson. But before we go, we would like to remind you to practice social distancing. How do we do that? You check how far you are from the next person by putting your hands out and in front of you. Before we go, we have a special message from our special friend, Zoshi.
Hi everyone, I'm Zoshi. And make sure to always make a helicopter circle, stretching your arms out and spinning around like me. And make sure you're not touching anyone while doing this. Goodbye!
This station subscribes to the Namibia Media Code of Conduct and is regulated by the Media Ombudsman, appointed to deal with complaints about media content that breach this code. This includes content that is inaccurate, unfair, or that invade privacy. We encourage aggrieved members of the public to submit complaints to the Media Ombudsman via mediaombudsmannamibia.org. The Media Ombudsman is supported by the Editors Forum of Namibia, advocating for ethical and quality journalism.
Explanation of symbols on worksheets are as follows. Use coloring crayons to color the picture. Use your finger to follow the track or line or show the correct picture. Use a coloring crayon to draw a line or write a number or sound. Look at the picture and say the number or sound out loud. Use a scissors to cut on the dotted line. Look at the picture. Use these symbols for the lesson of the day, which will be allocated at the top right side of each page. For example, Lesson 1, Prepositions and Directions. Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and I have my friend today. Let's say hi to everyone at home. Our topic this week is my school. Now for our first lesson, we did prepositions and direction. We learned how in front looks like and behind. We also learned the difference between our left hand and our right hand. Today's topic is visual discrimination, and that is lesson 2. But before we start, we must sanitize our hands. So let us take our sanitizer and put a little bit in. Yes, well done. And we start inside, in between, round and on our wrists. Good job. Now we have to also remember social distancing. And how we practice good social distancing is to check if we are touching the next person. So we spread our arms out beside us and in front of us. Now we know we are ready. Let us turn to page 8 for our first exercise. You can see on the page that there are pictures of houses and flowers. But for our house, the first one has a chimney, 2 windows, and a door. Our second house is missing something. It has a chimney, a window, a door, but it is missing a window. So it is our job to draw the window. I'd like you on your paper to draw the missing window. You can start with a big square, and then you can make smaller squares in the middle. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Very good. Now I'm sure you can see what is missing on the other houses, and I would like you to do that by yourselves. Now I'm going to ask my friend to help me with the flower. Come and help me. Stand up, please. You can see that there is a flower here, and it's beautiful. Who loves flowers? I do too. But our second flower is missing something. So I'd like you to please draw the missing part of the flower. Well done. Good job. If you did that as well at home, well done. And the rest of the exercise, please do by yourselves. I hope your houses look pretty and your flowers look beautiful. Let us try a different exercise on the next page. Here we have pictures of a ball, a pencil, an apple, and a rectangle. My friend is going to help me to see which one is the bigger one. Which one is the bigger ball? Can you point? Well done. And which one is the bigger pencil? Very good. Which one is the bigger apple? Yes. And which one is the bigger rectangle? Wonderful. So you are going to color the bigger one between the two items. For the ball, let's color the bigger ball. You can do this at home with different colors. It doesn't have to be one color. You can have many colors and make a rainbow. For now, we are going to leave it here, and the rest you will do at home. Let us do the next exercise on the next page. Here we have a school, and it is very beautiful. You can see that it has a clock, and it has a flag and many windows. We want you to try and draw the school. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want you to start at the dot, and you're going to move from left to right. My friend is going to show you how. She's going to move from left to right. Very good. Now we would like you to continue by yourselves at home. This marks the end of our lesson today. I hope you had fun. I know that we did. Now, before we go, we have a special message from Zashi. Yay!
Hi everyone, I'm Joshi. And make sure to always make a helicopter circle, stretching your arms out and spinning around like me. And make sure you're not touching anyone while doing this. Goodbye!
in and out of prison, dealing and doing drugs. Then a drug deal went wrong. Joseph was robbed, handcuffed, and scared straight out of the business. For 6 months, he roamed the streets as a homeless addict. Then one night, in a baseball dugout, Joseph met a stranger who totally changed his life.
I stand in awe of the power of the God who's our creator. And Terry and I sit here on this program, and the Lord speaks to us, and it's the word of knowledge. It's one of the manifestations of the Holy Spirit.
Something not always godly.
Not always, that's right. That's right. Well, there's a lot of negative voices out there, as we
Yes, there are.
And
so how do you know when it's God saying, Perry, I want to speak this to you right now?
And sometimes you don't know. And I think you pray over it and you think about it. And sometimes you just, a lot of times I'll just envision, as you and I are talking here today, I may envision that I'm here talking with God. And how am I supposed to address this issue?
Okay? Realize Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He is the same for you right now. So let's pray. Let's call on his name and let him do the rest for you. Let's pray.
My name is Netumbo Nashandi, and I'm the chairperson at the Federation of Namibian Tourism Associations, which is also called FENATA. FENATA is the umbrella body for all the tourism associations that are operational in Namibia. It's a voluntary association, so all memberships are voluntary based. Our members include the likes of ITEA, which stands for the Emerging Tourism Enterprises Association, which is where I come from. And then we've got TASA, which is the Tour Operators Association. And then we have TAN, which is the Tour Guides Association. We've got ANTA, which is the Association of Namibian Travel Agents. And then we've got NAFA, which is the Namibian Professional Hunters Association. And then we have CARAN, which is a Car Rental Association of Namibia. And we have HAN, the Hospitality Association of Namibia. And if I've left any out, in total we have 11 associations, and we're busy setting up our online presence and stuff so that you will be able to look us up quicker and reach us quicker and know exactly who is part of the new FENATA board. My tourism journey for the industry, I suppose, began when I was at Namibia Wildlife Resorts. As a senior sales consultant, I worked a lot with the European market because I speak several non-African languages. I speak English, French, Ndebele, Oshindonga, ein bisschen Deutsch, a bit of Russian and a bit of Finnish. So tourism has been a natural fit for me because I also love traveling a lot. I grew up in lots of different places, so I love interacting with people of different cultures, and I'm passionate about promoting intra-Africa travel and tourism and travel in general. So I got to FENATA through my affiliation with the Emerging Tourism Enterprises Association. I attended the AGM on the 23rd, and my name was put to the front, and I was like, what is going on? And here we are. Well, everybody in the sector is feeling devastated. That's one, because of the corona pandemic, and everybody's livelihoods have been affected. And then we have some of us that are very optimistic that, you know, corona happened for a reason. We need to learn how to do business differently, interact with each other differently, and so forth. And then we have some of us that are not very patient and very frustrated and agitated and so forth. These are all valid extremes to be at, for lack of a better word. The challenge that we're facing in Namibia right now is the lack of clarity on how our potential guests can come back to Namibia. And from FENATA, we've been engaging with government actively. We've sent through points for clarification after consulting with the industry at large. We're just waiting for government to revert back to us. Yesterday we got some good news regarding our land ports of entry. We were told Ariamsvlei, Katima Mulilo, Noordover and Walvis Bay are open, and this is Some good news. So one step at a time. It's mind eroding sometimes, waiting for feedback, but we have to hold hands, manage each other's emotions somehow, because we're all at the, it's like pulling teeth, lots of gray hairs in between, frustrations and stuff. So we really have to find the best versions of ourselves during this time so that we can win as Destination Namibia. My hope for the future of Namibian tourism is that everybody in Namibia feels that they can have a seat at the tourism table. We need to work together and accept that we all come from, we can't expect to all get along in one day, but because our objective is to get Destination Namibia back on track, because Namibia feeds our souls, and it feeds, that's why we're in tourism, because of the beautiful experiences and memories we get to create within our Namibian tourism space. And the best way we can get to that is to remain resilient and open to each other's differences, but holding hands with the thought of getting Destination Namibia back on track.
A very big hello to you, ladies. It's great to be with you on the show again.
Yes.
Welcome to Living the Life.
Marriage is where the work really is.
That's the main.
So no matter how exhausted the event planner is after, oh my God, I did such a beautiful wedding. She did the wedding. That's not the work.
You understand?
The work is the couple now.
The uterus begins to shrink back to its normal size. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks for it to get down to below the umbilicus level, and 4 to 6 weeks if you're breastfeeding. So that's another incentive to breastfeed.
4 to 6 weeks.
Yes.
You're wondering, love, what does it really mean? Someone is telling you, I love you, but if you love me, show me that you love me.
Investing in marriage takes a real hard work. It's not something that you just wake up and feel like, no, because I married my best friend. It's not automatic that the marriage is going to work.
Today, I'm joined by a panel of men. As per usual, we men get to talk about what we men really talk about. The program aims to make sure that what is left in the dark definitely comes to light.
I did see my father physically abusing my mother, so I didn't grow up